How you doing today, my friend?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. So the last time we talked about the coronavirus. We did an update. So the new update now, and I mean it's getting old, but 560 dead. I mean this number just keeps going higher every day, and over 28,000 infected. So 560 dead and over 28,000 infected. The vast majority in China. Outside mainland China, it has spread to over 25 countries and territories, infected more than 250 and killed 2 people. Crisis in China. Close to 60 million people remain under lockdown in China, with 3 cities reporting over 1,000 confirmed cases each. Cruise ships held. Thousands of people are being quarantined on 2 cruise ships docked in Japan and Hong Kong after former passengers were confirmed to have the virus. Newborn baby infected. Two newborn in two newborns in Wuhan have been infected, according to China's stat broadcaster. The youngest was diagnosed at 30 hours old.
Oh wow,
What the hell?
that's terrible.
How are babies getting the coronavirus after being born 30 hours? Like that is just
It's just
mind-boggling.
it's not actually airborne. It's just the fact that there's so many people that have it, and they're breathing, and the masks. They're running out of masks, or I mean, it's just what happens, right? I mean, just spreads like that, and I think that's
30
what
hours.
we
Can
were
you imagine?
talking about.
Like, how does that even? Your baby gets born, and 30 hours later, your baby gets infected. Like, that's not. That means that the hospitals are not a safe environment to even have a baby. Think about it. Your baby is getting infected in 30 hours after it's being born. What does that tell you about the environment?
Oh, it's a plague.
It's a
So
plague. The
the
entire
problem
environment is
is,
contaminated.
let's see, the problem is that people aren't even reporting like all the people that have died in their homes. Where are they going to go? They know where to go.
So let me ask you a question. There was a report on the Taiwan News, which is a website. And on Saturday, and I reported on this earlier today, on Saturday, they reported by mistake, they reported 150,000 infected and over 24,000 dead.
That sounds like real. That sounds like the real numbers.
And now they're reporting 560 dead and 28,000 infected. But the thing is, that number just keeps getting higher because last Friday, so we're on Wednesday night here. Hey, thank you guys for joining. You're here with the Late Night Vampire and my buddy, and we're talking about the coronavirus. And we believe, and my friend that's here on the line with me believes, and he said it a week ago, that we're not getting the real numbers. Now, clearly, we're not getting the real numbers because the numbers keep going higher, right?
They are multiplying daily.
And have you noticed that trend? Like every time I go live, the numbers have been higher. So less than a week. How you doing, Floor? Thank you for joining. Don't you feel it's odd, Floor, that the numbers keep growing every day, and not only growing, but they're growing faster? Like instead of we're growing by 100 cases a day, now we're growing by 4,000 cases a day. Yesterday was 24,000. Today it's 28,000.
See how it's multiplying now?
You see how it's So
we're talking about the number 14, and they thought it was like 3 people around you. Instead, it's actually 14. So when we were talking a week ago, when I think it was only 100 dead, or I can't recall. Long week. So you see how it's multiplying. It's multiplying very fast.
Okay, so last Friday, it's Wednesday. So last Friday, it was 1 dead.
1. Can I ask you something else? You think about it. If it's the real numbers, then
So it's like a week
would you
later.
have
It's not
actually
even a
heard
week
anything
later.
about-
It's not even a week later. Like, what
would
is
you have
go-
actually heard anything about cremations of the body if it was only 500 something dead? If they're not even taking names anymore, they're just burying the body. You think it's 500?
So all those families,
that
they're
got-
families that have people that are dying that are never going to have a normal burial for their family member.
But would we have actually heard about it if it was only 500?
No. If it was 500, it would have never even been an issue. They wouldn't have shut down 60 million people for 500 people.
The fact that at the cremation level of how many bodies were actually burnt, would you have actually heard about just 500? No, probably not. No one would ever have heard about that, right? That's why it's probably most likely a lot more than that. A lot more than that. See, I don't think we're getting the right numbers. Right? And it's like, so they don't scare everybody, you know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, it's scary anyways.
Well,
Even
here, second.
560 dead and 28,000 infected and growing faster and faster and bigger every day. And then you hear other people reporting 150,000 infected, 24,000 dead.
Those are the only people that have, it's been reported. So they've only seen that many cases. How many, how about all the people that are in their houses? They're just dying in their houses.
We're talking about a country with 1.4 billion people.
We are, yeah.
So the likelihood that the death toll and the cases could get in the millions is very high. Would you agree?
I totally agree. I don't know. It could be millions, yeah. It could be millions. I mean, now there's a couple cases here in Vancouver.
How does a baby that's only 30 hours old get the virus?
So I was saying, I don't know, but I was saying that last week. I was like, watch when it gets here, if it's here, and people on the live chat were kind of cracking jokes at it, and I was like, you guys don't take this serious, but you should go get your masks.
Get your flu shots.
Get your masks.
Nobody will take it serious until it comes knocking on their door, right? But at the end of the day, when there's a pandemic that is outbreaking in China, is just a matter of time until it gets into Africa, it gets into India, it gets into South America, and then the whole world's got it. Right? Floor says hi, Jared. Floor says hi, Jared.
Hi, Floor.
Floor remembers you. You were memorable.
Oh, thank you very much. No, but I think it's the topic that's more at hand here. It's getting way out of hand. It's in the States now. It's in Canada now. I mean, how we're going to deal with it might be a little bit easier. I mean, how we've process of elimination to find out who that person knows, who they've come in contact with, would be a little bit easier to do it within the month of 30 million people versus a billion people. So to say that we can, minimize that here, we have a way bigger chance to catch it. So it doesn't go, like how it's happening over in China. So, but then 100 cases reported in the States.
So they've got two cruise ships that have people on board that are being tested. They have two babies that have now reportedly caught this virus, but yet they're still saying that it mainly affects older people. Do you believe that?
Even if it affects older people, do you want your parents to die? Do you want your
no, I know, but what I'm trying to say is, if it's only affecting older people, then how are infants getting it? And
no, I heard it was the younger and the older are more susceptible to it. But I mean, at the same time, that's concerning as well.
Well, yeah, you're talking about our youth, and you're talking about our seniors. So our seniors and our youth, our children, our future, and our youth, our wisdom and our future and our youth. getting wiped out. You know, what, you're gonna just have a
Right.
middle class and have no young people and no old people. I mean, like, it's not just old people. I heard that the guy that died in the Philippines that was from Wuhan was 44 years old. That's only 2 years older than me, man.
Yeah, that's true.
How you doing, green tea ice cream? What do you think about this green tea? I'd love to know your guys' opinion. What do you guys think about this? Are you guys concerned about this? Is this not a big deal to you guys? Does it not bother you guys that the numbers keep growing? Green tea ice cream says sad. It's very sad. And we're sharing the world with these people that are dying. And how ignorant are we to believe that we can't get something that's killing them? I'm not ignorant to believe that I can't get something that's killing them. If it's killing them, then it can kill us. I mean, last time I looked, I mean, we live in Vancouver, right? So last time I looked, are there not a lot of Asians around us every day?
Oh, buddy.
Didn't a bunch of them just come back from China?
I don't think that really is even the concern anymore. This is just the fact that one person, it takes one person. So then they have to quarantine, 14 people to the one person. Let's say the round number of 10 people. You get back from your vacation, you come home, you say hi to everybody. Everybody has it. And you go to the store, everybody has it at the store. You go to work, everybody has it at work. How it spreads so fast, right? So, and the droplets is just like, the invisible spit that you're talking, when you're talking to somebody, right?
Coughing, sneezing.
Yeah.
Charles Xavier III says, being in Vancouver, I'm confident in our healthcare, but I'm scared the number are higher than reported coming out of China.
I agree with you.
He says Richmond will get hit first, probably.
Why Richmond? It's not just Richmond, right? I mean, okay, great. I live right beside Richmond, so I mean, what does that make me? Any less susceptible to it because I'm, just over a bridge?
No, I mean,
it's going to be everywhere, right? It's going to be from, Horseshoe Bay, Whistler, all the way to Banff, all the way to, all the way to Kelowna. That's just how it travels, right? So, and then it's going to go back to Mexico, right? So it's just going to run around. But I understand what you're saying by Richmond, of course, because it's more or less the population there is Chinese.
People that are going to Wuhan. People that are going in and out of Wuhan, specifically. People that have come in and out of Wuhan. The lady that was reported earlier this week, a couple days ago, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, from her family was from Wuhan visiting, and she got the virus. She's from BC. She lives in Vancouver.
What? Okay, so Hong Kong has reported. Japan has recorded 35 cases now. It's just spreading, right? We're supposed to go to Indonesia. I don't think I'm taking that trip right now. Sorry, Amanda. Yeah, I mean, like, where you, it's kind of like you're scared to go anywhere, like traveling, coming on airplanes, anything. Look at the joke that kid made. He had to turn the plane around because he cracked the joke.
I mean, that's a pretty bad joke. Like, that's a joke in really bad taste. That's a joke in poor taste. Like, right now, everyone's talking about coronavirus, and you go.
Look at the panic, though. I'm talking about the panic where the actual airplane said, "Oh, we're turning around and we're landing." Like, that's. You think it's not a big deal, but if it's not, people that have flus on the plane, like they say.
How do you think it's not a big deal how do you think it's not a big deal when people are dying and people are getting it in 25 countries? Obviously, it's a big deal.
Turning airplanes around, man, and landing the airplanes, and now, everybody's got to go through this whole procedure. This is going to cost a lot of money, and they're going to use this as and the scapegoat to be able to use this money, take more money. Like,
have you guys seen the video? Have you guys seen the video on TikTok of a guy from Toronto? He got on a plane. He was an artist trying to go viral, and he made a video saying that he had the coronavirus. They turned the flight around and sent him back to Toronto, and the video is on TikTok going viral right now. So I shared it on my social media because I couldn't believe someone would be so selfish to do that and to make a joke like that. And he was being like mocked by the people on the plane because everyone was pissed off that they had to turn around their flight.
well, of course, wouldn't you want to give them a cuff upside in the head?
And then on top of that, like, you're ruining everybody's trip. And then on top of that, you got people now that are scared because you just told everyone that you got coronavirus. You know, like, so you're making people scared thinking that you got the coronavirus, which is stupid. The guy was wearing a mask and everything. And then on top of that, you make the plane turn around because you're just selfish and you don't care about anybody else but yourself.
I know, but do you see the significance of that, though, Richard? Is the plane actually...
No, the plane has to turn around because they don't want to take a risk of spreading the virus. Right. It has to get contained.
That big of a deal, like people are trying to say, like, you know...
Yeah, if it was just a normal common cold, they would just go.
We have good health care. That's great how we're going to have the process of elimination to find out who had it, who they've been in contact with. You know, all they really have to do is go back to the phones and GPS the phone and just backtrack the phone where it's been. You know what I mean? And then, like, it's very, very capable of doing that these days, right? So within the vicinity, who else is GPSed? And, you know, they can really locate a lot of people here because there's not that many people here. There's a lot of people, but not compared to, like, China or the States, right? So
take a look at this. Listen to this. 21 minutes ago, Taiwan shuts ports to international cruise ships. Taiwan will prohibit international cruise ships from docking in its ports from today onward, according to a statement from the self-governing island's Ministry of Health. This comes as 2 cruise ships remain docked and quarantined in Japan and Hong Kong, with thousands on board after the virus was spread by infected former passengers. What does that mean? The virus was spread by infected former passengers.
The passengers before on the plane that got off.
So it was just
sitting in the airplane.
Sitting in the air? No, it's not an airplane. It's a cruise ship.
Oh, cruise ship. Sorry. So they're just it's just.
So people left it.
Like
people left it.
Like sitting in your car with somebody that has it. They sneeze or cough.
Wow.
It's like getting into a car. Perfect example. A Cars to Go, or an Evo car, or, you know, one of those cars. So someone has it and they sneeze on the steering wheel, you know, and then they jump out of the car. That's what it means. So it's just.
So the ship that is now in Hong Kong had docked and departed from Taiwan on February 4th. It is unclear how long the ban will be in place. This is going to...
Until they run out of food.
This is going to have a huge effect financially on the entire world. So despite the fact that these things are happening, the stock market's at all-time highs. Like, the stock market killed it today.
So weird.
And Trump was just acquitted today. So you have to assume that the market may even go even higher again tomorrow. Despite the fact that all of this is happening and the biggest economy in the world is effectively on lockdown. Disney could lose, 48 minutes ago, Disney could lose $280 million because of coronavirus and Hong Kong protests. $280 million. That's going to hurt Disney stock.
You think?
Disney has warned that profits from its parks in China could drop by $280 million in the current quarter due to shutdowns caused by the coronavirus and a loss of business related to recent mass protests in Hong Kong. The company added during its earnings calls Tuesday that the coronavirus will hurt its results for the quarter through March and the fiscal year as a whole. Wow. Shocking. Disney been one of the hottest stocks. And now this is affecting Disney. And they're admitting it on their earnings call. Closed businesses. Disney suspended operations at some of its facilities in China last month as the outbreak spread. For now, the properties in Hong Kong and Shanghai are closed indefinitely, and the precise magnitude of the financial impact is highly dependent on the duration of the closures, Chief Financial Officer Christine McCarthy said. Operating income at the company's Shanghai park could drop by about $135 million this quarter if the park remains closed for 2 months, she added. Wow. This is crazy. The financial backlash is mind-boggling.
Definitely a bailout.
So in Australia, there's 25 countries now that have this. Australia has 14 cases. Belgium has 1 case. Cambodia has 1 case. Canada has 5 cases now. Finland has 1 case. France has 6 cases. Germany has 12 cases. Hong Kong has 21 cases and 1 death. India has 3 cases. Italy has 2 cases. Japan now has 45 cases, including 20 in a cruise ship quarantine. Macau has 10 cases. Malaysia has 12 cases. Nepal has 1 case. Philippines has 3 cases and 1 death. Russia now has 2 cases. Singapore has 28 cases. South Korea has 23 cases. Spain has 1 case. Sri Lanka has 1 case. Sweden has 1 case. Taiwan has 11 cases. Thailand has 25 cases. United Arab Emirates has 5 cases. United Kingdom 2 cases, and America now has at least 12 cases.
I heard 100.
And Vietnam 10 cases. This list is growing fast. Like I predicted it would hit 100 countries. We're now at 25 countries. This list is growing fast. Staggering. So just want to read some of the messages. Industrial Ship says, not looking good, scary stuff. Yes, I seen that. I'm Canadian. Guy might be an idiot, though. He's talking about the guy that was on the plane. Sexy voice on the phone. I don't know what you mean by that.
You got a sexy voice, Rich.
I have a sexy voice.
You got a show voice for sure.
I do. I think they're talking about your voice, bro. Charles Xavier says, have you seen the videos of the huge trucks spraying some mist disinfection in some cities? I haven't. Please share it. Industrial Ship says, all the mask production is helping, though. Jams TV, what's up, guys? Yo, Jams TV, what's up, man? You know, I follow you, bro. You got a cool channel, man. You got a really cool channel, bro. I like what you're all about, man. We should collaborate. I'd totally be down to collaborate if you're down with something like that, because you're a cool guy, man. I like the way you flex. I'm all about cannabis too, man. So I see you doing your videos talking about entertainment and blazing. So that's pretty cool, man.
That's cool.
You got a cool channel. Hey, everybody that's here, go and subscribe to Jams TV. He's a big YouTube channel, and he's got a cool studio, and he's got a cool channel.
Yeah, check it out.
Thank you guys for being here. We're talking about the coronavirus. I've been talking about it for like about 10 days. And when we started talking about this, Robert says that guy should be charged with lawsuits for falsely having coronavirus.
Oh, I'm sure there's been some kind of repercussion for sure. You can't just turn an airplane around.
Yeah, you just affected all of those people. You just affected all of those people's trips, vacations. People are going back to see their families, friends.
The mindset. Like you just ruined. Like a lot of people can't get over something like that. So as soon as they feel like a sore throat, or because they're in an airplane, right? So they're gonna feel a little bit different, anyways, right? I know I do when I get on the airplanes. I feel like just a little bit like I need to take a shower kind of thing, right? So I can totally see that happening. So yeah, I'm sure this guy's been definitely detained for a while, at least.
We've got a virus that spread to 25 countries. And when I first started talking about this, everybody was laughing. The funny part is now, like, here we are and nobody's laughing. Well, it's only been a week. It's only been a week, bro. In only a week ago, everyone was just like, yeah, this is no big deal. Mass media, it's media hype. I'm like, you don't lock down 60 million people because of media hype. And now this is in 25 countries. Babies are getting it in 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, that was
30 hours. Was it 30 hours? 30 hours, 30 minutes? Like
30 hours. And it was a day.
Baby gets
a day later.
How does a baby get it in 30? Like, how is that?
Okay, so Rich, remember I was talking to you yesterday, and this is a little bit aside from the point, or actually not really, but if anybody has a Lysol can at home, I'd like to see if someone could go and get it and read on the back of the label if there is one of the germs are actually the coronavirus, the human coronavirus. So if anybody has a Lysol can, disinfectant spray, go read the back of the label and tell me if it's on there. So, because we know this is kind of getting out of hand, but how does one try and hide it now with so much social media, right? I mean, you can't hide anything, right? So
thank you guys for joining. You are here with myself, Rich from Rich TV Live, the late night vampire. We don't want you guys to panic, but we want to create awareness. And we've been talking about this for a week, and the numbers keep going higher. Earlier today, there was a report on the Taiwan news that 150,000 people have been infected and 24,000 are dead. That is what showed up on their screen, flashed on the screen, and they took it down. And then they reported what everyone else is reporting. Do you think, Jared, that the numbers are higher and closer to those numbers? Do you think there's 24,000 dead and not 500 to 24,000 dead? Sorry, go ahead.
I think they've burnt. Well, that's what I was saying earlier too. Is like if they were burning people, cremating them, and well, I can see why. But if the number only hit 562 dead, and they're cremating them now, do you think you would even have heard about cremation? No, you wouldn't have heard anything about it because they're running out of room. Like they don't know where else to put the bodies. So many of them. And so if it's at a 500, we would never have heard of it. We wouldn't. That's so small in the big picture of all of it. You wouldn't have heard it. So that's why there's more. There's more. Like they're building now 2 hospitals, cruise ships. They're going to be using all their resources to basically incubate everybody. You know what I mean? And who knows how many people have died in their homes already. Like, you go walk outside or go to the hospital, you're bound to catch it. So you're going to take your chances, right?
Because we live in Canada and we live in the US and we live in countries that haven't been affected as badly and people haven't died yet, everybody acts like it's not a big deal. But could you just imagine being born in China and living in that horror? Just imagine being born in Wuhan. You don't have a choice. You're born in Wuhan, and now your entire city's in lockdown. 5 million people. 5 million people in lockdown. And it's spreading so fast that they locked down 60 million people. But yet they're telling us that 560 are dead. Then the Taiwan news flashes 24,000 dead, 152,000 infected. A few days after, a nurse came out and did a viral video talking about the fact that there was 100,000 infected.
Yeah, 90,000 or something.
Remember? Mm-hmm. And we reported that first too. We reported that first here on Rich TV Live. So this is why I do these videos, so you guys can actually go back and see what we're reporting. You can literally see the way this has escalated. Every day the numbers get higher. And since the beginning, we've been saying, and I've been saying, and you've been saying that we believe that the numbers are higher because China's a communist country and they have a tendency to want to keep things to themselves. But they came out publicly and said that this is a very big problem and they need help. I don't think that they would come out publicly and say that this is a very big problem and they need help unless this was a very big problem and they needed help. Right? So this must be a really, really, really big problem. Because
space station
when
doesn't sound such a bad idea anymore.
this is like extinction. This is like human extinction. When babies and senior citizens are dying and bodies are being thrown into ovens to burn them. This is like the pandemic show that they're showing right now on Netflix. They talk about it. They say the next big one's coming. The last big one was during World War I, World War II. I think it was 1918. And 50 to 100 million people got wiped out. That was 100 years ago. And they haven't had one since. And on this show on Netflix called Pandemic, which is brand new, it's a brand new series, surprise, surprise. They talk about the next big one coming and how it could have devastating effects. Because 100 years ago, there was only 1.7 or 1.9 billion people. And now there's over 7 billion people, close to 8 billion people. And in China, 1.4 billion alone.
Running out of space.
So imagine how quickly this could spread in a country where you have 1.4 billion people. I can't even imagine that. Like Canada only has 37 million people. Like China has 1.4 billion people. They're quarantining more people than we have in Canada.
No, I think Trudeau let in like 10 million people last year. Trudeau let 10 million people in, something like that. So we're bigger now. We're bigger.
That's why the space stock has been flying, guys. SPCE, Virgin Galactic, Richard Branson's company. Because
right, they try to stop him too, eh? They try to sabotage.
Because he is a genius, and so is Elon Musk with SpaceX. Because they thought, hey, you know what? If there's going to be a deadly virus, why don't we just give people the opportunity to go live on another planet? It's pretty genius. Mars. Yeah, let's go move to Mars. Let's all move to Mars.
Let's do it. Who's coming with us?
$250,000 a ticket. So that's why you guys got to join the Rich TV Live community, start making some big money. We all get on that plane. We all get on that aircraft. We all get on that spaceship, and we take that flight. And we start over on Mars.
Report to the deck. Report to the deck, number one.
This is a crazy world we live in, man. I don't want to live in a world where my kids have to go to school wearing masks. You want your kids wearing masks, bro? This is the world we live in, man. My son told me that the girl beside him in class is wearing a mask, bro, and gloves.
Yes. Wow.
Like, this is the world that we live in.
Wow. Wait, in your school now?
Yeah.
See, it's wild. And you know it's...
Yeah, so the girl right beside in class is wearing a mask and gloves. And we're not in China, but she's Asian. She's Asian.
You know how fast it can get out of hand? Because the weather's been changing here a lot. It's been going from like blizzard, snow blizzard one day to the end of the next day. Most of the snow is gone. It's raining. And then the next day it's nice and sunny. And then the next day it's snowing again. So the weather's changing and people are kind of getting the sniffles.
Yo, so these guys in the chat room are getting crazy. So someone said, Dave Wynn says, but what if somebody with the coronavirus comes in the spaceship? Now you're talking worst case scenario, eh?
Yeah, we're gonna.
You guys are talking about like Resident Evil. These guys are getting Resident Evil. I've been watching Resident Evil. I've been watching Pandemic. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on in this world? All we need now are for the people to become undead. If I hear the people start becoming the undead, they get the virus and then they come back and they start eating humans, we're all fucked. If that happens, we're all fucked, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, Rich.
Why do they keep? Why are all the movies like that? Have you noticed that? All the movies are like that. They're all just a bunch of fucking zombies going around eating everybody. Why are they doing that? Why are all these shows about zombies running around biting us and eating us? And
that's if everybody gets rabies, I think. Or if everybody gets rabies, you can turn into a zombie and start foaming at the mouth. eventually, you kick
It's
it.
crazy,
But,
man.
yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty.
Why are they
pretty
burning the
bizarre.
bodies, man? Why are they burning the bodies? Like, is
They
it
got
because no?
they got
Is it
nowhere
because
for them
like
to put them.
no? But I think there's more to that, bro. Think about it.
Well,
Why are they burning the bodies? Probably because the bodies are infected. So they gotta they gotta distinguish it somehow.
of course, of course, that is exactly why. But at the same time, I mean, it makes sense to burn them. But what I was hearing is they're not even taking names anymore. It's not even like a proper cremation. You know what I mean? Put them in. It's just you're in your body bag, and then you're tossed into this, incinerator. So many people are dying.
I want to know where you guys are watching. Where in the world are you guys
You
watching?
would
And I want to
hear
know.
that.
I don't need to know your city. I just want to know your country. If you want to talk about your city or state, that's fine. But I want to know where in the world you guys are. I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I want to know: are you afraid of this coronavirus, or do you think it's no big deal? I'm gonna straight up say I am not living in fear. I'm not panicking, but I am growing more concerned every day. I will say that. What about you? What do you think? What would you say? Are you living in fear? Are you concerned about this? From 1 to 10, how concerned are you about this, Jared?
Well, we have a different health system here, so I do believe I have some faith in our health system. But if we're going to ignore it like it's the flu, then it can spread, because not everybody's going to, like how we were talking last week, how we're talking now. Like, okay, everybody's taking it a little bit more serious because the numbers have how many times has it gone? 14 times more than 1 week ago. So let's just figure that's the numbers that they gave us. They said 3, but it's actually 14. So look how many there is. So if we don't find that, the source, like immediately when it comes here, hey man, it's going to be just as bad, right? Our hospitals are going to be full. We don't build stuff as fast as China. So like, what do you think's going to happen? Of course, we're going to run out of our own supplies, and we're going to be full. Our hospitals are going to be full too. So, yeah, I am concerned. Do I walk around with a mask all day? No. Should I? Probably. I mean, it's here. So
In Resident Evil, they all go to Alaska. Should we go to Alaska or what?
the Antarctic. Let's go there. And that's where all the spaceships are hidden.
I think isn't Antarctica where they have the underground cities?
Yeah, down at the very, very bottom. You know what? If one person read it there too, I mean,
Isn't that where Obama goes all the time? I think that's where Obama goes. I think that's where all the elite are just
chilling.
setting up shop right now. We're all sitting here thinking it's cold and there's nothing there, and meanwhile, there's probably like a whole world of people just chilling, partying, living the good life.
For a long time, bro.
Troy says Colorado is the spot, bros. Colorado, eh? You guys got a lot of good cannabis there.
Well, I'd like to be in like a
Isn't
rainforest
Colorado
where there are a lot of
Airport?
trees.
Is it the one? Is it the Colorado Airport? Which airport is it? There's that airport in the U.S. that is apparently they've got an underground world going on. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is that Colorado? Denver. Yes, the Denver airport. Yes. Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado? Is that not the same place? That's the one, right? Yeah. I heard about that, man. I heard that they got all kinds of cryptic like gremlins in the airport, and they got all this like cryptic like Illuminati stuff everywhere. And then underneath the ground, there's like a whole world, man. They got animals and food and scientists and intelligent people. But this is all just hearsay. I have no idea. I'm not on that level. Troy is saying it's all true, man. Troy lives there and he's saying it's true. See, that's crazy, man. See, I'm not on that level. If there's going to be an ark, I want to be on that ark. If you guys are watching, Rich TV wants to be on that ark. I'll spread the news, man. Put me on the ark.
The ark was just full of animals, right?
I know the ark was full of animals. They gotta keep things moving, right? Industrial Ship says it's true. I've seen a documentary on it. Yeah, there's tons of stuff about it. It's crazy. Obviously, I don't know if any of it's true. I've just seen and heard things like everybody else. So when I speak to people that are from there, I always like to ask them if that airport is really different or creepy.
The fees is giving away $500
for what?
The IM Academy.
Yeah, if you guys want to learn how to trade, I'm part of a trading academy. So is Jared. We're trading every day. We're making money trading Bitcoin, gold, Tesla, up and down. We can make money up. We can make money down. We trade Forex. And every single day we're reporting on the most trending topics. The coronavirus is something that I feel obligated to talk about because every single day the numbers keep getting worse. Now, despite the fact that the numbers are getting worse on what they are reporting publicly, there are a lot of other reports that are coming out that are kind of more by mistake, or people are taking risks to try to get it out, the truth, to let us know what's really going on, because we've heard reports saying that there's as much as 24,000 dead and 150,000 infected. And then we get reports from CNN that say that there's 28,000 infected and 560 dead. Now, whether it's 560 dead or 24,000 dead, those are still big numbers, and none of it's good, right?
None of it's good, but at the same time, you wouldn't have heard of the bodies being burned if it was only 500. They would have been able to keep that under. So now, when it's reported at 24,000, that sounds more like it. When you start burning bodies, because you're like, now what do we do? This is like getting out of hand, right? We've got a room full of dead people. You know what I mean? Like 500 people, that's a lot of people to burn, but 24,000 people, that's when you have to start making room, you know?
Like, I'm personally at a point now where I'm like concerned about traveling. Straight up, like, I'm concerned about traveling. I don't really want to go on a plane because I don't know who's on that plane. If I'm going to travel, I'd feel more comfortable like driving my car or getting my own boat or getting my own plane, because I don't really want to go on a plane or a boat or a car with someone that I don't know right now. I just don't.
Right.
I've thought about it. I thought about it a lot. And
you know what the thing is even if you went there and you had a mask on, even if you had to take it off for a second to show your face to get on the airplane, you've just exposed yourself and holding your breath. But you pull the mask down, everything went on the inside of the mask. Who knows, right? Who knows? Be very careful.
Industrial Ship says the elite always a step ahead. Well, that's why they're elite, right? You don't get elite by being a step behind.
Yeah, you don't go to Antarctica for nothing.
Yeah.
Just to take a little trip down there and say, ooh, I've been here.
Well, I mean, if they have an underground world,
you're setting something up.
They can just build an underground world and just everything is heated. It's like a whole new world. Troy Westbrook says, thanks for sharing the info, Rich. Been following you for a long time, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Troy. Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you guys for joining me and my buddy Jared here on the line. You're joining the Midnight Vampire, your boy Rich, Late Night Vampire. We are talking about the coronavirus. CNN is reporting 590 dead, 28,000 infected. However, there are other reports which I broke today. Thanks to other members that brought me the news, because I was given the news. I wake up to my phone blowing up every day about different things, and people are very concerned about this, and they're sharing videos with me and articles, and they're like, Rich, you got to talk about it. So
I'm going to Richmond tomorrow, Rich.
Yeah, be careful, brother. It's nice knowing you, man. Jared is going tomorrow to work in the area where they call it Vancouver, part of Vancouver. It's Richmond, where it's mainly Asians. And I mean, it's messed up. It's messed up that you have to go there and even have that thought, right? I'm sure you won't think about that. You're saying that now because we're talking and stuff, but I'm pretty sure.
I won't be thinking about it because I'll have my mask on for sure.
Don't lie. Will you have a mask on?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really?
Of course I will.
Oh wow. Okay. See, now you're getting me thinking I need to get a mask. Fuck.
I'm going to a spot where, you know, I think it's been 5 million people left Wuhan in the time that the coronavirus was actually out there. So
It's time to get a mask, people. Do you guys have your masks? Where in the world are you guys? And I want to know if you're concerned. Hold on one second. I want to read some of these guys' messages. Troy is saying, where are you getting this info? I'm constantly searching the news, and I have members that are sending me messages constantly. Industrial Ship says cruise ships are infected now. Yes, 2 cruise ships are infected, and that is a very scary thought.
Do you think you're safer on a cruise ship out in the middle of the ocean?
No, because what if somebody has the coronavirus on that cruise ship? That means everybody on the cruise ship gets it. Because you're stuck on a cruise ship with a bunch of people. So you're all breathing the same air. So that's why I don't want to travel right now. Like until they get this under control, I don't really want to travel because I don't know who's on that plane.
No, either.
Ryan Hope says, I say it's more than 100K dead or more. Oh, wow.
What, that's what you think, or is that what we've heard?
Well, that's what he thinks. Nobody knows the truth, obviously, right?
If you're burning bodies at that accelerated rate, I mean, it has to be more than 500 bodies. It has to be.
Troy says, Rich, I need that hat, G. Jared says the same thing. He wants my hat. He wants my hats. I want his hats. Flora says, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Flora. I appreciate you. Ryan says, China lies, and why build major hospitals in 7 days and 30 million people locked up? We can't see what's going on, so it's all just hearsay. Hammer Slammer says, UK, I'm worried this is getting big. If we start getting more cases, we'll have to stay in and stock up on food. No holidays this year. Yeah, that's just a messed up. It's just a messed up thought. Mr. Bitcoin says, I'm going to have to work from home now. Hey guys, you guys can work from home on your phones and we can all trade together and we can make money. And then we can order food and we can order everything through Amazon and it just gets shipped to our door.
Right. And then you could have
that's it.
Or something.
That's the answer. Like, we got a trading academy. We can all invest in the trading academy right now. And I can show you guys how you can make money from your phone. You don't even have to leave your house. And my boy Jared has been trading and he's up thousands in his account. And all he trades is gold. So, it's possible. Anybody can do this, man. And there's lots of members that are making 7 figures, 8 figures, 6 figures, 5 figures trading right now, every day. So that's the future because, man, I don't want to leave my house and I don't want to go on a plane. And I don't want to go on a boat with a bunch of other people until I know that this is under control. I just don't feel comfortable.
Well, I'm walking right into the battlefield tomorrow. So I'm going to be wearing a mask, and hopefully my immune system is strong enough to, if I do, come around, it's not going to affect me at all.
Mr. Bitcoin says Asians are about to end the world here. I hope not. Flor de Oro says, don't you need goggles as well?
Yes, I heard you need goggles.
Full bodysuit.
I would think you would. So this is what I would do. I would go to your Sherwin-Williams. I would go to your Home Depot, your Home Hardware, your Canadian Tire, anywhere that has painting masks, respirators that have cartridges that you can exchange out. That's the kind of masks that we're going to be required if this gets really out of hand. Because I have no problem walking around with a mask like that. No problem. No problem at all. It's going to save, it's going to save me from getting sick.
Ryan Baker said, people are wishing you good luck, bro. Ryan Baker says, good luck, dude, on the phone.
Thanks, bro.
It's like It's like
Going into the battlefield.
it's like going to war, bro. And we're in Canada. Could you imagine living in China right now? No, but seriously though.
I can imagine living in China. Can I imagine going through that right now? No, I couldn't.
That's like hell. That's like some type of hell.
Like a lot of the buildings in Hong Kong and all that are like really tall, right? Like 100-story buildings and stuff, right? So I'm just wondering if all the people at the top floors, are they safer? Obviously they'd be safer, but they can't leave. They can't leave their homes, so they're stuck. So what are they going to do for food? And what are they doing for food? Never mind masks. What are they going to eat? Are they going to eat the old or eat young to survive? What are they going to do?
Yeah, hopefully they're not getting to that level. Jeez. So they were asking, what happens if the delivery guy gets infected? I said, drone delivery. Amazon's going to have to get into drone delivery. They're going to deliver everything to your door. You can order your groceries through your door. You can order your home supplies to your door, clothing, everything from Amazon. Everything. Because they work with Whole Foods. They own Whole Foods. So everything gets delivered to your door through drone delivery. This is the future. And then you work from home on your phone and you trade every day to make your money. That's it. And we go live and we talk about the trades and we give you the picks. You give me the picks, I give you the picks. We grow, we win, and hopefully the find a vaccine for this coronavirus. They get it under control and we go back to living a normal life. But I'm not willing to take the chance to travel and get on some cruise ship or get on a plane with a bunch of people I don't know. It's scary. But hey, maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know, but I see lots of people dying. So when I see people dying, like, how is that overreacting? Like, I don't know. Isn't death the worst possible thing that could happen to you? So getting a coronavirus is bad enough, but then dying of it, that's the worst possible thing that could happen to you in life, right? So this virus to me is serious because people are dying. People are getting infected. People are getting sick. It spread it already to 25 countries. And that's what we know of. That's all we know of. What about all the countries that don't want to let people know that they got it? Maybe there's another 25 countries that got it and they just don't want anyone to know.
Well, that's what I'm saying as well here too, right? Or even, like where it's cold, or in Canada, or the States, where a lot of people have, like, it's flu season. People are getting their shots, so they're getting sick because they think it's the flu, and they're trying to work through it. Before you know it, it's not 5, it's 10 people here, and once it goes to 14 people, and then 14 people each person, it's hard to contain, right? So that's what I'm saying. This could be. Look at their economy. China's economy. Everything is down. Everything is down.
Well, yeah. They stopped business. The biggest economy in the world just stopped business. They just shut it down. 2,000 Starbucks. Disney just put out a press release saying that they're going to lose $280 million.
Right. They'll probably get a bailout for that, though. But at the same time, you're right, Rich. Because if no one's working, nothing's getting done. Yeah. You can see how that's really going to affect them. And us. And everybody.
Everybody. I mean, everything we buy, like, I'd say 50% of it comes from China.
I'm just wondering how many dollar stores are actually going to close down in the next few months.
Well, yeah, that's where I was just thinking that all the dollar store products come from China.
Yeah.
So. One of the members says you have a sexy voice. They were speaking about your voice, not mine.
I hear your voice every day, I guess.
Industrial Ship says, dude on the phone has a sexy voice. Might be the mask he's got on, though.
Yeah, sure. You got it. For sure. Thanks, man. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow. I'll be wearing a mask.
And you
know what the funny thing is no one's gonna even look at me funny. I was telling you, am I gonna be the only one wearing a mask? Because I was like,
no, buddy. You know how many people are wearing masks?
I was making an example last time when we were talking. I was driving and I was seeing people with masks, and I was like, what the hell? That's just, puts everybody in a, in a state, like a frame of mind where you're like, okay, and all of a sudden you're wearing the mask. So since I didn't want to be the guy wearing the mask, a little bit of fear because, I see a lot of Asians, Chinese, older people, right? They're all wearing masks. It's like I've seen it for so long, it just became normal. You know what I mean? It was just when you see it all the time, it just kind of, that the actual effect is it's not so hard anymore because you've just been desensitized to it. So when they see, someone like me walking around in Richmond with a mask on, then, I might get spit on. Who knows? I have no idea. But, gotta keep pushing forward. So, I'm not going to walk around like, if I got a mask on, I feel pretty comfortable. If I have to wear the full face mask and go get the painter's face mask, when you're in the spray booth or something.
Honestly,
like that,
I don't think those little painter masks are gonna do jack shit, bro. Let's be real.
No. These are like the respirator masks.
Yeah. But I think you need to get like a full. I think you need a full like suit, like head to toe.
So things don't get in your ears.
Yeah, like
your fingernails.
You need a full. You need a full spacesuit.
You're basically going in. You know what you need to do? Then
spacesuit.
You have to find people that take out asbestos and find those asbestos suits.
This is a great opportunity for entrepreneurs right now to create like a spacesuit and sell it. That would be such a good business right now. You would make a killing. You would make a killing.
Suits with paint respirator masks because
paint is really. I'd pay $1,000. I'd pay $1,000 for a crazy spacesuit. If I knew it would protect me and my kids, I'd get my kids one too. Think about it. That would be like the best business. Obviously, I wouldn't want to pay $1,000, but if I had to, I would. I mean, I think it'd be a good business because why? Everyone's saying masks are sold out, so that's clearly a good business.
Buy some masks too.
Industrial Ship says, but we can't get it cheap in China now, though. Yeah, you can't get anything cheap in China because everything in China shut down. So everything's.
It's going to be the $3 store now.
The prices are going to get jacked up. All the prices are going to get jacked up. Yeah, Shane, I would be concerned in Vancouver because there's people in Vancouver that have the virus. The first lady was identified this week in Vancouver with the coronavirus.
It's more than 5 because that's all that's reported.
And how many people have just gone sick and they've died and nobody knows they have the coronavirus and they may have spread it to their friends, their family. It's been the holidays. People have been having Christmas dinners. Who knows how many people have this?
Exactly. The hazmat suits for
a hazmat suit?
The hazmat suit, yeah.
How much are they? Where do we get them? I want one. Industrial Ship says I have the full-on spacesuit and full respiratory mask. Nice. Interesting.
So we need. Eventually, we're gonna need masks that have oxygen tanks on it. Right.
Antonio Cortez says we're good. Trump will close the borders if it gets out of control. See, my thing is
it's already there.
Exactly. This is the thing that Jared and I keep trying to say. It's already here, guys. Okay, so let me explain to you guys what happened. I want to explain to you guys what happened. This started months ago in China. Months ago, okay? They didn't say anything because they thought that they would get it under control. So what happened was once they realized that they were going to quarantine Wuhan has 11 million people. 5 million people left because they didn't want to stay in quarantine. 5 million people left the site of what we will call ground zero of this disease, this outbreak, this pandemic.
Virus.
5 million people left. So if the real number is 24,000 dead and 152,000 infected, or if it's 560 dead and 28,000 infected, whatever the real number is, there's people dying and people infected, right? 5 million people, which is about 45% of the population of Wuhan, left. They left. Where did they go? A lot of them are sick. Some of them came to Canada. Some of them went to America. Like, they're all over the world. Now, the question is, how long does it take for this to really show up? Nobody really knows because this is so new. They're predicting, it takes 7 days to 14 days, but nobody really knows. Maybe it takes months. Maybe there's people here with it right now, and they're spreading it to people all around them, and nobody even knows. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm trying to say. That is what an outbreak is. And it's already in 25 countries. Oh, yeah, it's under control. It's under control. 25 countries, 560 dead, 28,000 infected. And that's what they're reporting. Unreported, there's been as much as 150,000 infected and 24,000 dead. Some people believe that the death toll could be in the hundreds of thousands. Some people are saying it's going to be in the millions. And based on Pandemic, the movie on Netflix, the last pandemic took out 150 to 100 million people. That's when the world had 1.9 billion people, I think. Now the world has like 7.8 billion people. So if it took out 50 to 100 million people then, could it possibly take out 250 to 500 million now?
I don't know. The number is just, they can, like I said, they can multiply really fast. So you got one person that infects 14 people, and then one of those people that are infected go into a shopping mall.
Exactly.
People go into a coffee shop.
Why do you think that they shut down all the public events in China? Anything that has to do with public, like all these businesses are shutting down in China. Why? They would rather lose, Walt Disney would rather lose $280 million than have tons of employees get sick with this virus and die. Think about it. Yeah. That's bad for business.
Bad business.
It's bad to shut down business, but it's worse to have employees dying in your business. That is just a lot of businesses don't come back from that, right? So shutting down business is not good. Shutting down business is not good, but you're also reducing expenses. You're also reducing expenses because you have expenses to run a business. So when you're shutting down a business and you're not paying employees, you can hopefully manage it for a while. That's what they're thinking. But how long can this go? Will it be a bailout for that for sure? Of course. Will it be because they're just going to print more money? Is it going to be a month? Is it going to be 2 months? Is it going to be 6 months? Is it going to be a year?
Well,
if it's a year, the economic, if it's a year, bro, the economic, the way it's going to affect the economy will be catastrophic. Like it'll be catastrophic. Like literally billions and billions of dollars will be lost.
Let's trade Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean Bitcoin will probably fly. But we'd have to go to Mars though.
Digital currency.
We got to get on that plane.
You can't get a virus.
Trade on our phones, buy gold and Bitcoin cuz gold will always be here. We buy our gold, we buy our silver, we buy our oil, we buy our Bitcoin, and we live in Mars. We take our flight from SpaceX and from Virgin Galactic, from Elon Musk and Richard Branson, and we take our flight to Mars, and we live over there, where everybody is tested before they get on the plane and get on the spaceship, and they cannot even enter into a zone before they're tested for the plague. And then if they pass that test, they can get on the spaceship and they can go and start a new life in Mars. Flor de Oro is asking Rich TV Live, is Jared single? Jared, are you single?
No, I'm not single.
No, he's not single.
I live alone, though. Whoever asked that, I live alone, yeah. So I got to have an emergency contact just in case I kick it when I come back from Richmond.
What does that even mean?
Just playing, bro. I guess I am kind of nervous. I am nervous. I'm gonna be wearing a mask, so I should be okay.
I hope you're okay, bro. We definitely want to be able to hear from you again. There's a lot of members that like your voice. They say it's very sexy.
Okay, thanks, guys.
And they're concerned about your health and your wellness, and they're concerned about you. So
I'm sure
we have a very tight-knit community here.
Nice.
Let me just read some of these messages. Corona causes depression and BTC to 1 million. Yeah, that would be cool. Because we get paid. Our another good thing about our academy is we get paid in Bitcoin. So
if you want it.
Well, you don't have to, but you can get paid. I get paid in Bitcoin because Bitcoin's been going up. So it's like I'm making money on my money without even touching my money because Bitcoin's just going up. So it's been fantastic. I've been getting paid in the academy since Bitcoin was at 6,000. Bitcoin's almost at 10,000, which means
that is a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, that means I've made over 50% on my money just by getting paid in Bitcoin.
And that's through the IM Academy, by the way. Everybody's making money every day, and they don't even have to leave their house. It's the wave of the future. And then you can, go online and start drop shipping, and, Amazon this and all that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can play it safe. You can start to work from home and be a lot safer and have some kind of disinfectant for the things that come into your home. So you can have a sound mind. You know what I mean?
One of the members is asking. One of the members is asking. Industrial Ship says sexy voice, something fierce though. Antonio Cortez says, where do you hear about the 24,000 dead? It was leaked on Tencent's website from Taiwan News, and they reported it, and it flashed on their screen. I have a picture of it in the article, and then it showed 152,000 infected and over 24,000 dead, and then it took it off the screen, and then it reported the numbers that the mainstream media is reporting. So I reported that earlier today with a short video, and now I'm reporting.
That would put everybody in a panic mode.
Well, yeah, that's why they're not. But I mean, the numbers are still going up anyways. 24,000 infected is not a small number. That's a stadium. That's a stadium filled of infected people. That's a hockey stadium filled with infected people. So that's not a small number.
Or dead people.
Yeah. So, okay, we're going to tell them there's 24,000 infected, but there's really 24,000 dead. Maybe there's 500,000 infected.
If they're not recording anything anymore, they're not recording who's dying because everybody's dying so fast, then we don't really know who's dead, so we can't really go back and see who. Until, down the road a little bit, we can see all the people that are actually missing. If someone wanted to do that, work to figure out that. But I don't know, man. It could be a lot more than 24,000.
Yeah, we're talking about a population.
You don't lock 60 million people down and have only 24,000 people infected.
That's only three. That's only 3 cities. I mean, those guys. Right? Those guys got 1.4 billion people. I can't even imagine 1.4 billion people. Like, that's just crazy. 1.4 billion people.
Demon virus.
America has 300 million people. China has what? 3, 4, almost 5 times the population of America.
Yeah.
Wow. It's intense.
Heineken virus. That's good. for me.
Troy Westbrook says, "Is this real though?" I hope it's not. I sure hope not, man. But there's people getting it here, and they're in 25 countries, and people have died now in 3 countries. So I think it's real. I sure do.
Yeah,
But I hope I'm wrong.
What if those cruise ships, they all run out of food? Then what?
Check this out. So, Rich, they got 2 cruise ships with 3,000 people at sea. Won't let them off the boat. One in Hong Kong and one in Japan. It's crazy. Exactly. Like, think
Yeah,
about that.
last
So
week.
they're gonna have to airlift food to them, bro. Think about it.
Yeah, airlifts, exactly. So that's gonna be wow.
This is getting nuts. This whole thing is getting crazy. I ain't going on no cruise ships. I don't really want to go on any planes.
We had our first conversation about this last week, and yes, we had a nurse in Wuhan leak. It was a leak, and she said 90,000 last week. Now that's last week, 90,000, and then we're hearing all week about all the deaths that are happening. So, I mean, it's safe to say that for sure. It's 90,000. It's hit for sure. You can't ignore that. You can't ignore it.
Oh, I'm not ignoring it. I mean, we're talking about it on a daily, right? But a lot of people want to ignore it and pretend like it doesn't exist. People think I'm crazy. People are calling me a fearmonger. I'm like, am I a fearmonger or am I just creating awareness? I'm learning and getting information. I'm learning and getting information because I'm talking about it. If I wasn't talking about it, people wouldn't be sending me information. People send me information, I share the information, and then we talk about it.
Be safe, get a mask. And you're gonna go to somewhere that has a lot of people, just put the mask on. You're gonna go to the store or the mall or anything, just put the mask on.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Have you wore a mask publicly anywhere yet?
Me, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I was in
And when you wear the mask, do you feel weird?
I was in Oak Ridge Mall working after hours though, so I had taken the mask off, and then the whole time I was there, it was on my mind. And I was like, I should just keep this on, and then I just put it back on. And when it's in your mind, and you can see people are dying from this, it's not a joke, right? There's a chance that you could die from it too. I mean, you're not any stronger than anybody else. You know what I mean? The immune system is the immune system that you're given. So I'm just grateful that I'm healthy. I'm a healthy guy. So like I said on our last conversation, I don't remember the last time we even got sick. So sniffles or coughing or really sick. I don't remember. It's been many, many years. So that's why I kind of feel a little bit more confident to just wear a mask, like they're suggesting, and some gloves. So I got the mask, I got the gloves, and I'll wear. You're not gonna be silly. No one's gonna look at you silly anymore because this is now, worldwide. No one's gonna look at you like, oh, what's he doing? You know what I mean? Sure. I mean, they might say this or say that, but at the same time, you never know. You never know. I just personally don't want to get sick.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to get sick. I think it's smart to wear a mask. I mean, I don't feel no way. I mean, it's better to wear a mask and be safe than be sorry.
Yeah.
It just kind of sucks because I never thought we'd live in a world where we actually have to wear masks and our kids have to wear masks. It's pretty sad. It's scary and it's sad and
we've made movies about it. So
I know, but those are movies. That. Those are movies. When real life becomes
I know, but that's the thing about desensitizing you. That's what the whole thing is, why no one's really worried about it. Like, I mean, Genghis Khan, took out 40 million people. He just took them out like blatant violence, right? This is like something that's silent. It's like a silent killer. You know what I mean? You don't even realize that someone could be standing beside you that has it, that they don't even know they have it, and give it to you. And you just, if your immune system isn't strong enough, they just murdered you. They didn't have to do anything.
Mr.
Know, right?
Mr. Bitcoin is saying I had to stop getting Asian massages.
Oh boy.
I just responded and said those are the best. Oh man, yeah, I ain't going to no Asian massage. Sorry, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I don't care how much my back hurts or my neck hurts. I ain't going. It ain't going down like that.
No.
Hell no. Some things are just not worth it. You know what I mean? No Asian massages, no Asian buffets, no Asian restaurants.
No more Mandarin. Wonder
It's
how
crazy,
the Mandarin's
man.
doing in Toronto.
It's crazy, man. It's nuts.
Chinese buffet.
I wonder if Chinese food has suffered.
I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know. I'm sure, in another week or so out here, I know that there will be people dodging certain places for sure.
Well, yeah, if like right now, nobody's actually died, but if somebody actually dies in Canada or the US, that's when you're going to start to see people look at it very different. But right now, because nobody's died, everybody's acting like it's just a common cold. Well, how come it's not a common cold for people in China? Borders are not going to decide whether or not you get this and die.
Yeah, no takeout. No takeout.
I don't understand how only people in China are dying from this. I don't buy that. That doesn't make sense to me. What do you think about that? How does it make sense that only people from China are dying from this? How does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. A virus is a virus. If you're going to die from it in China, you're going to die from it in Canada. It's just that there's way more people that have it there. That's really what it is. Just way more people. So when you have way more people, you're going to have way more deaths. We have way less numbers. Doctors are able to work on those people, so they're able to help them. Well, when you start getting a pandemic like they're having in China, there's so many people sick, doctors are turning those people back. So they're not even getting the help they need. So people are dying in their homes. People are dying in the streets. People are dying while they're waiting at the hospitals. These are the reports.
It slammed them so fast, right? I mean,
they got hit so hard with so many people.
Right?
That's it, right?
But they're good at that. They're good at handling high volume situations because they know there's so many. So they're always at a fast pace. So imagine if our pace over here accelerated that fast. We'd be doomed. What would we do? So the good thing about where we are is we live in a rainforest. So there's got to be something to it, There's got to be something to it.
It's a scary, scary situation, man. It's a scary situation, that's for sure.
6 month quarantine. Oh my gosh. How much that, if every country got hit, damaged, 6 month quarantine, and there was no trading or very, very minimal trading of anything other than, can you imagine? Yeah, gold would be at $5,000 in a matter of a month.
We need to get into the masks business, man. Masks business, goggles business, full suits business. Make it affordable, sell them. That shit would be that would make you millions overnight.
We can all take them to Mars.
Because all the masks are selling out. So the mask businesses are going to just fly.
I'm telling you, I'm going to my local Sherwin-Williams, and I'm going to go grab one of those bigger face masks that are like you got your plate in front of your whole face, so it straps around your whole head instead of just your mouth and your eyes are exposed. So I'm gonna go get one of those. Walk around like, you know, like a like squat unit.
Shane says, couldn't find surgical masks, found some disposable dust masks instead, but not wearing them. You know what? I haven't even thought about getting a mask, but I got to get something because everyone else is getting stuff and I got nothing. And I'm sitting here thinking I got to get something to protect myself. But it's funny because when I talk to other people, like today, I went to my son's soccer practice and I carpool with his neighbor and his dad came for practice today too. And I was talking to him about it and he just kind of laughs it off and doesn't really take it serious, you know? So most people are not really taking this serious, like at all.
Like you said, until it's at your front door.
It's crazy. But I think, like, imagine if I was wearing a mask, he would look at me like I'm a freak. You know, like that's the thing is like people are going to be worried about how people are going to perceive them.
Stock up on butt, grow your own butt.
But at the end of the day, like, you know, who cares how people perceive you? Like, I can't imagine being at my son's soccer practice wearing a mask. People would think I would look like Darth Vader or something. You know what I mean? Like people are like, who is this guy? What's wrong with this guy? Is it Halloween?
I agree totally. Different colors. Yeah, let's make like a fashion thing about it.
Everyone just needs to get dressed up all the time. And then no one would feel weird if everybody was wearing masks all the time and we'd have like full suits. And that would be the norm. And then businesses that are selling these full suits would be the new big, like the new Amazon, the new Tesla, the company that makes the full body suit. It's a genius idea. Someone has to be able to do it right now. Like right now. If they can do it right now, they can make $1 million a day selling suits, full body suits. I want a full body suit from head to toe, covering my head, my eyes, my whole body. That's what I want. I don't want it to be too big. I don't want it to be too heavy. I want it to be like a full suit. And I want it to be like, you know, as fitted as possible to my face.
Hazmat suit, they're called. It's for removing like asbestos or something along those lines, like dust particles, right? That get caught that are cancerous. So these hazmat suits are very well equipped.
Antonio,
you need more than one, though, right? You need to buy a few of them.
Antonio Cortez says, I've seen people in Toronto driving with these masks on. See, yeah, but the thing is, why would you drive with the mask on? Like,
well, if you got the heater on, if you got the air conditioning on, everything kind of sucks in from your radiator.
So you're talking about from like the outside air coming into your car, flowing into your car.
Yeah. That's if it's like really airborne, though.
Yeah. See, Floor says, I want a full body suit in black by Chanel. Yeah, that would be sick. And I mean, imagine if we make it a fashion statement. We get these full body suits, but we make them fashionable so that nobody feels uncomfortable, right? We have to make people feel comfortable in this uncomfortable time. So if they can make these, yeah, they should make them designer suits.
You know what I would say? I would throw a shout out to Lululemon to make these things.
Yeah, Lulu does a good job. Lulu does a good job. Full body suits that curve to your ass perfectly.
Yeah, I would say that. And then, you know, oh, that'd be perfect. And everybody would be okay still.
Antonio Cortez says, bedtime, good time, boys. Stay in your home. Good night. Good night, buddy. So yeah, I'm not trying to create panic for you guys. I don't want to make anybody scared. We've been live for an hour and a half. I apologize. We weren't even supposed to be live for more than 10 minutes, guys. We got out of hand. I apologize. We're gonna go now.
We're all gonna be aliens.
But our best shot is to quarantine the world and to have us go to Mars. I believe that our best chance is to quarantine the world, have us go to Mars, separate the sick from the unsick, and start over on Mars. Why are you laughing? It gives us our best chance, bro. What do you mean?
Because we're already on Mars. We've been on Mars for a while.
Man, we're ruining this planet, bro. We're ruining this planet. You know, oil spills in the ocean. We're ruining all of our wildlife. We're ruining all of our sea life.
The birth pains of the planet.
Antonio Cortez says the people on Mars don't want us. Well, we need to find a way to be copacetic. We got to find a way to work together, the people from Mars.
Bring them some BC bud.
Yeah, I think if we give them some of the BC bud, they'd be cool. They'd be like, yo, we like these guys. You guys can play with us. You guys can hang out. It's all good. And because it's a new country and it's a new world that we would be traveling to, then the real estate prices should be relatively good, don't you think?
Gotta get there soon, right? Never know.
Mr. Bitcoin says, now I need a new masseuse. Industrial Ship says, we're making this planet into an alien planet because we all suck.
So true. It's so true.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining the Midnight Late Night Vampire. Your boy Rich from Rich to Be Live on the phone with my boy Jared. And the reports from CNN, which nobody knows if they're true, are 560 dead. I'm not laughing because people are dying. I'm very saddened by it, actually. I just don't believe that those are the real numbers, especially because the numbers just keep...
CNN has a,
Well, no, it's not just CNN. Those are the numbers that are being reported by everybody.
CBS everywhere.
Yeah, those are the same numbers that are being reported everywhere. But there are other
fake news
outlets that are reporting much higher, scarier,
real outlets
numbers. And we try to be as honest and truthful about what's the truth is that we know, but we just don't know anything because we're very far away from China. However, Hong Kong isn't that far because we're in Vancouver, and there's a lot of people that go to China here. So Jared Tamora is going to be going to Richmond, where there are many people from China that visit and live in Richmond. So may the force be with you, Jared. Make sure you do not forget your mask tomorrow, okay, my friend? Make sure you have your mask.
Definitely not. I definitely will be wearing my mask. I'll be wearing my mask, but I won't have my full facial protection, like the whole painter's mask. I'm gonna go get myself another one of those, and I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna load up on cartridges. They're not very cheap, but if it saves your life. People want to buy some Lululemon suits. You can talk to Lululemon. Maybe they can come up with some kind of design for girls and guys. Like body tight ones and whatnot, with some kind of hood that it's kind of more like you're going swimming. You're going those wetsuits that kind of you can put the goggles over, and you're gonna go snorkeling and stuff like that. Something not so heavy. You don't need it to keep you warm under freezing cold water. But something really tight. That would be something. For a reasonable price too. That would be something. And then just have everybody wearing that in 2020. Different colors.
Peter B says, do you guys see the dude wearing a menstrual pad on his face because the masks were sold out?
I don't know. I seen ladies wearing cut 2-liter bottles on the top of their head. I had no idea.
Flor de Oro says Lululemon bodysuit and Cybertruck fire. Yeah, the Lululemon bodysuit in the bulletproof Cybertruck.
Yeah, definitely.
They need to make the Cybertruck coronavirus proof.
So you gotta wear like a mask.
Night, buddy.
A motorcycle helmet, wearing a Lululemon bodysuit.
Okay.
Go to Mars.
I'm gonna have to shut down your sexy voice. Everyone's gonna have to say goodnight now. Have a great night, everybody. Some of you in the morning, wherever you are, some of you in the afternoon, some of you in the evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try to keep coming live, and Jared will join me once in a while, and we'll try to just keep bringing you guys updates. Hopefully these numbers can get under control, and hopefully we can find a way to move on as a society. Everybody that's in China, everybody all over the world that's being affected by this, my prayers will be with you tonight. For all the people that have lost their lives due to this outbreak and this pandemic, because it is a pandemic. I'm going to call it that now. Before it is publicly called a pandemic, I'm going to call it a pandemic now. I'm going to call it an outbreak now, because
don't panic.
In a week, the numbers have escalated so much that the only thing my brain can think of is that this is an outbreak and a pandemic, because we're now in 25 countries and 560 people have lost their lives reportedly, and 28,000 are fighting for their lives with this illness. Thank you for watching. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, your late night vampire with Jared, and we're out. Peace.
Thanks, everybody.
Yo, thanks for being on the show, brother.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.